Hey guys,
We're live.
we are live.
What you got going on?
Just drawing the stirring glass here. So, once again, the one-of-a-kind Anita performing the theme song. We're going to try something a little bit different this week. We've got another local artist, 9 Volt Whiskey, is going to be providing music for underneath everything here. So that's who you're going to be listening to here as I prattle on. So if you don't want to listen to me, you can listen to the tunes here. We're going to try having music going all right through underneath the thing. Again, local artists, and if Anita is willing, we're going to definitely get her back to get a bunch more music to enjoy from her. The theme song will be a constant. We're keeping that one.
Yeah.
So, Scotch cocktails.
Yay! Yay! We're looking so forward to that. Yeah.
So this brings up a point. There's a chance. Exactly. You may decide that once all the restrictions are over, you might want to have a cocktail party and play with some of these drinks. And the thing to keep in mind, or the thing that I have to keep in mind, is no matter how much effort goes into the cocktail party is about the people, not the cocktail. And just know that, you know, as much as they appreciate it, some people just aren't into it. People like what they like, right? So, as fun as it is to watch Sue suffer through some of my creations,
Oh boy.
I have arranged for her to not have to endure them this time, because she just absolutely loathes Scotch.
You know, in all fairness, I am going to give them a whirl because you're going out of your way to figure out how to make a drink that even I could like. So I'm thinking, you know what? Last time I think my biggest complaint was that I didn't have anything to kind of wash it down with or clean the palate. So there you go. Now I've got my lovely red wine, which is going to be great.
But again, I mean, if you get too invested in it, you know, you can spend all afternoon mixing stuff up, and there's going to be someone that would rather have a Bud Light.
Yeah.
So give them a Bud Light, put it in a frosted glass, make it feel at least as special as everyone that's going to do your cocktails. Anyway, moving along, today is Scotch cocktails.
Oh boy! And we also have an appetizer, so you guys should know. Thank you to Cheryl, right?
Yes.
So she gave us a recipe for some. What are they? Bacon wrapped nuts? Anyhow.
Bacon wrapped
Yeah.
water chestnuts.
Water chestnuts. We did, just so you're aware, we did a behind the scenes video of me making these because, and John of course helping. He couldn't stop laughing. Like he could not stop laughing. And I will post that later.
Helping.
Whatever. I'll post it later and you'll get to see the end result because we actually have them cooked and oh my gosh, they're amazing. All right. Oh, look at these little cute little jars. Oh my god.
So, need to get a glass.
All right. Oh, this is cool. Oh boy.
Talk amongst yourselves.
We are talking amongst ourselves. You guys can hear us okay? Let me know if you can't. I might have to turn it down just a notch. It's a wee bit distracting, but when John comes back, I'll go do that. I'm just going to turn down one more.
Sure.
Quite
Yeah.
good. Okay.
It's hard to get the right level balance sometimes. The first one we're going to do is called a Scotch Mac. This is short for Scotch Macintosh. Macintosh?
Macintosh? Like what, an apple?
No. The guy's name was, or maybe it was McDonald. I don't know. Some Mac guy.
It's our cat's name.
This was back around the turn of the century. Mm-hmm. And this was a Scottish guy serving with the British Raj in India. At the time, ginger was used as sort of a cure-all. Everything from stomach upset to cholera. So people would drink this stuff, Stone's original green ginger wine. What this is a currant wine with ginger in it. And then this guy thought, well, if they're drinking this, let's put a wee dram into it, see how that works. So an old drink. Take a smell of that.
I can't smell anything. Uh-oh.
You're quarantined.
It's like, oh.
It's sort of like, I don't know, it's reminiscent of port to me. But it makes an interesting drink when mixed with some scotch. So we've got 1.5 ounces of scotch whiskey.
Oh boy.
And 1 ounce of this stuff. It is really that simple, and we build this one right in the glass. So it's best if you can pre-refrigerate everything so it doesn't get too watered down when they get a little bit of a stick. It would be better to have one big piece of ice than all the cubes, but
you're so noisy. All right. Yeah. What else goes in here?
Well, we're going to garnish it.
Oh, garnish, right. Oh.
Yes, we must garnish properly. So remember these things? Luxardo cherries. We garnish this with a Luxardo cherry.
And this is the whiskey mac.
This is a whiskey mac.
Okay, right. Isn't Jill the one that liked this one?
Jill was the one that brought this up to me. I had never heard of it before. So thank you, Jill, for this. Speaking of whom, Jill's birthday was quite recently, I believe 39 this year, Jill, I think.
She looks it.
So happy 39th to Jill.
Jill, this is for you. I'm taking a sip just for you, okay? Ugh. Okay, I can do this. Hang on. Wow, that's actually not bad. I don't like this stuff, but it has wine in it, right?
Yeah, it has.
Yeah, that's why. Clearly, this isn't so bad. I don't think I drink the whole thing, but because it's so cold, it makes it really tasty. So yeah, well done. Good job.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
So let me taste it.
All right. Well, you're gonna have to drink them all anyhow. We tried to get Jesse up here to drink them for us. All right.
It's quite a sweet drink. If you don't like sweet drinks, you could add some bitters to it. But it's just kind of the character of the drink.
So what's next?
This isn't part of the drink. I'm just curious whether adding some ginger beer to the ginger wine and whiskey would do anything to it here. Let me see.
Ginger beer. Oh. No? Yes? Okay, never mind.
Had to try it, right?
Yeah. All right.
Scotch Mac.
Scotch Mac. So one down.
So next one is about as old as that. It is it is built with Sweet Vermouth. Once again, Scotch. Again, just about as simple to drink. And Angostura bitters again. You can always recognize these bottles by their stupid label.
These at the grocery store?
Yeah, any grocery store will have Angostura bitters.
Yeah, because I didn't know. There you go. Oh, guess not the label, hey? There you go. I always struggle with having to spell it. Alrighty.
Yeah. So we're going to do this one in a coupe glass. It can be on the rocks or not. Rob Roy is basically a Manhattan, which came about around the year 1900. Same as Scotch Mac was around that time too. So this is just simply substituting Scotch for an American whiskey, whether it's rye or bourbon, or Canadian for that matter. In this case, we're going to use a full 2 ounce pour of Scotch.
Those little bottles crack me up. Just, I'm not even going to talk about what they look like, but whatever. We'll just move on.
Yeah, maybe not.
Yeah.
Given the color, maybe not.
Yeah. So one was a Scotch and the other one was that.
And the other one was this, yes.
Okay, got it.
So it is 2 ounces of Scotch, 1 ounce of red or Italian vermouth, and once again, if you recall the rule, if it's all booze, you stir it. If there's something else in it, you can shake it.
Oh, I forgot about that. That was from the martinis, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If you weren't there, I'd be shaking this because this is a pain in the... But, you know...
How long do you have to stir it for?
Till it's ice cold.
So we'll be here a while.
Yeah.
It's not just...
No, that's the reason you pre-refrigerate all this stuff. You know, I only measured it out into tiny bits just to save a little bit of time because this does kind of take long time. Frosted glass helps too. I'm gonna use a julep strainer.
Juleps.
Julep.
All right, here we go. I've got a nice little prep. All right, gonna cleanse the palate.
This one also can be garnished with one of those, but also an orange round. So we're gonna change it up a little bit. Let's put a maraschino on now.
Look at all this fancy stuff we had. Like literally, he loves going to the liquor store and we've got all this stuff. Oh well. Okay.
So Rob Roy, Scottish Manhattan.
Scottish Manhattan or Rob Roy?
Scottish
Okay. Well, it
Manhattan.
looks very classy and very very yummy apparently. So let's give it a whirl. Again, not bad. I hate to say it, but you're actually winning me over on the Scotch thing. It's actually not bad. You're expecting me to go, ugh, right? But it's, that's not too bad actually.
Good.
Yeah, I won't drink
glad.
it, but it,
So a little word about Scotch. If you drink Scotch, you probably have a favorite. The birthday girl there, Jill, her favorite is Ardbeg. Mine is probably Lafroig.
Mm-hmm.
Very peaty, very smoky. Our friend Lisa Stevens is very partial to Oban Scotch. Most of these called for a blended Scotch. The ones that I just mentioned are single malt. Just for the sake of research, I tried making one of these with Lafroig, which is, like I said, very peaty, very smoky. Very different tasting drink. I don't think it does either the Scotch or the drink justice. So if you have a blended Scotch, use the blended ones, save the single malts for just on the rocks or neat or however you feel like drinking it.
It's kind of like wine with sangrias, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't waste your good wine in a sangria. That makes sense. Okay.
Now the Scotch I am using here, because my only blended one at the moment is, I got this as a gift, and thank you again, Stephen. Johnny Walker Gold. They come in red label, black label, gold label, blue label. Blue label, I think you need another mortgage on the house. Gold label is a really nice Scotch. If you can afford it, it's a nice blend. Anyway, that's that one.
Okay.
The last alcoholic one we're gonna make. Would you mind getting the shaker and the Cullen's glass out of the freezer?
Shaker and the Collins. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't really know the name of this. I tried to copy something that I had at Milestones like a long time ago, and honestly, I don't even know if it's still on the menu. I haven't actually been back to Milestones in a long time. Oh, I got the shaker over here. I'm sorry.
You just had these. Oh yeah, thanks.
Sorry. And like I said, I can't remember what they called it, but I set out to replicate it because on the menus they'll tell you what's in it, but not in what proportions. So it's kind of I think we called it Scotch Tea.
Yes, we did.
Scotch Tea is actually a hot drink. I think it's kind of like a hot toddy kind of thing. This is obviously not going to be a hot drink. More an iced tea kind of deal.
We made up the name at 9 a.m. this morning, so there you go. I wanted to name it something cheese, mac cheese, whatever.
So this one we're going to shake because there's a lot of stuff here that is not alcohol. So the way you do this, the best way to do it, pre-make some black tea, brew some tea. This happens to be Earl Grey just because I like Earl Grey. I like the bergamot flavor. 2 full ounces of that. 1.5 ounces of, once again, blended Scotch. While I was trying to pin down the recipe, I did try the smoky. Again, doesn't really do justice to either of them. Juice from half a lemon, fresh squeezed, of course. And
We get to shake it? No, there's more.
close. So we need to have some sweetener.
Do you want to like something?
Oh yeah, the little blue things over there. Would
Oh,
you
good
mind?
Lord. I'll be right back. I got my exercise today.
Yeah. So normally we'd use simple syrup, but you remember I mentioned a website called Cookie and Kate last time. So she had a recipe for a different kind of whiskey drink using maple syrup, and it really works with whiskey. So I'm gonna use this as a sweetener. We only want 1/2 ounce of this, and this is to counteract the bitterness of the lemon. Okay.
So a truly Canadian drink, hey?
Oh yeah.
You got your maple syrup. All right.
Maybe a Nova Scotian drink since
Oh, okay.
New Scotland and all that.
Shake, shake, shake. Shake your booty. All right. It's got all this fancy stuff already.
No, I think we're gonna do this on the rocks
Okay.
because it's kind of like a spiked iced tea.
Oh, it's kind of pretty. Wow.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Here's the weird thing. Here's the weird part of this recipe. We finish it with black pepper,
That'd be good, actually.
and you put way more than ought to be in there on the first glance. I mean, it's just loaded right there, right?
Yeah. You don't stir it?
Yeah, I'm gonna stir it. So if it's on ice, I stir it. Otherwise, the pepper all sticks all to the ice, and it doesn't really work. The other way to serve this is in like a martini glass, cocktail glass. That's the case. Shaking the tea makes a nice little foam. The pepper does sit quite nicely in the foam.
You gave me one in a martini glass the other night, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was really good, actually.
Yeah, and then one more thing.
The bitters?
A little shake bitters. You know what?
What? You forgot to put bitters in that?
Yeah, the Manhattan, or the Scotch Manhattan, is supposed to have
Now I'm going to have to try them all over again.
2 shakes
All right.
of bitters.
All right.
This is what happens when you sample your product too much. So, Rob Roy, if you're keeping track, should have had.
Give that a whirl again. Hang on.
This is why I don't get paid for it.
Yeah, it's really good. Better. Okay, hang on, I gotta cleanse the palate. It's 5 p.m. Yep. Yeah, I'm just drinking away here, aren't I? Here we go. All right. Oh yeah, it's refreshing. I can't even taste the whiskey. That's good.
It is there.
Yeah. Yeah, who knew? You know, you try something new. That's good.
Yeah, it is a refreshing drink, and it's got that little bit of whiskey hiding in the background, just to keep things interesting.
Yeah. Hey, Dan. I can see Dan and Catherine. All right.
So, our mocktail, our takeoff, our virgin one here, is going to be a copycat of whatever that one was.
Okay.
So, would you mind grabbing another Cullen's glass? Well, we have to keep them cold, and this little bar fridge here doesn't have a freezer, so, you know.
You just like to make us have friends. All right. Yeah.
Maybe a bit.
All right.
So,
Frosty.
the nice thing about doing this as a mocktail is that you're going to brew a pot of tea, and you will have way more tea than you need.
Because people don't drink
For these, because if you finished off a whole pot of tea with the scotch, then everyone would just be absolutely plastered. We're going to add guava to the tea. What I use for this, so it's series, I guess. It is a juice blend. If you get pure guava nectar, it's kind of too thick. Just it's not really as nice as that one. So 2 ounces of guava, 2 ounces of tea. Once again, juice from half a lemon. Now, the guava does sweeten things up a little bit. So we're going to do the same trick with the maple syrup. We're only going to use a teaspoon.
A teaspoon? Is that half a teaspoon or a teaspoon?
No, that's a teaspoon.
Oh, okay.
Not tablespoon, teaspoon.
Yeah.
So a third of a tablespoon. You can just eyeball that, I'm sure. And that'll keep it. Like again, we're trying to keep these drinks from becoming too purely separate, right? So. I should have had more ice here, so this is not going to fill this glass up.
Sweet.
Pretend there's more ice in there. And believe it or not, so try that.
Okay. Oh, it's not even garnished. It's making me try it. Crazy. Oh, that's so good. Actually, that's really good. Especially the fact there's no whiskey in it. Yeah.
So I mean,
that's yummy.
That's a fairly blatant rip-off of Starbucks' idea. They have a guava black tea lemonade.
Oh, okay. And you could throw some vodka in if you want to make it a...
It's delicious. Or scotch.
Yeah, why would you do that? It just would be silly.
But what I was going to say, believe it or not, the black pepper thing works on this too. I tried to thinking, this is a waste of a bunch of juice. Do it the same way you do that. You stir it out.
All right. Try again?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's really good. That's so yummy.
Yeah, so I mean, apart from the dishwater color you got going there, it's actually a pretty decent imitation of a cocktail.
Yeah.
And one that it's not all sticky sweet and make you want to go and upchuck in the bathroom.
Oh, that's lovely. So all of these drinks go with the band that was been playing in the background, and their name again is
9 Volt Whiskey.
Why do you think we picked them? Yeah, and this is good friend Nick, right?
Good friends, Nick, Graham, I think, Dylan.
Wow. Wow.
I've worked with all these guys. Guy named Peter on sax.
Nice.
So, yeah, great bunch of guys, great band. We'll have somebody new to listen to next week.
Yeah.
And didn't you make some food?
Oh yeah. Okay. So I was really.
I'm hungry. Damn it.
Okay. I am going to post the behind the scenes because you'll just howl if he's laughing so hard. It's funny. But I did manage to make 2 versions. So Cheryl, you had mentioned there's an easy way and a difficult way. So the easy way was just to throw the chestnuts into soy sauce and massage the nuts. And then wrap them in bacon and cook them. The other way is to then take them and put them into a delicious sauce. So I've got both, and I'm going to show you the end result, and then John can be the taste tester on my cooking.
In the meantime, you can watch me drink.
I can watch you what, drink? Yeah. Okay. So, just to prove, because you know why I did this? Because you mentioned that someone didn't believe I actually made food. I mean, it's like just because I throw. Seriously, we have to eat. All right. So this one is the easy method. Okay, that's just throwing it in some soy sauce. I'll let you watch the other video, and cooking it up for 30 minutes. And this one has the sauce on top of it, and then you throw it back in. Okay, so John can be the taste tester. So this one I made with the whole chestnut, some of the bigger nuts, and that one is the sliced one. Okay, what do you think? How's this one? All right, what do you think of that
So
one?
good. I haven't had it yet.
He doesn't eat like me, which just right. I mean, good lord. Okay.
And yet I'm fat.
Oh. I'm not a sweet person, as you can tell. So I prefer the.
She really is.
I prefer the salty ones. So I can't take a bite of it, or none of us can talk. Which one do you like better? You like the sweet one, don't you?
I like them both.
Really? Okay.
Thanks, Cheryl. These are delicious.
Yeah. All right. So we have the recipe. We got the drinks. We got the music. What's next week? Now I'm gonna eat.
Should we do foofy drinks next week? I think foofy drinks.
Like what?
Well, there's one called a grasshopper. There's one called a Brandy Alexander, which I believe there's a song about.
Okay. But isn't there, and then Lisa Miller wanted a Long Island iced tea. That's not foofy though.
No.
Okay, we'll figure it
Long
out.
Island iced tea is weapons grade. Long Island iced tea is basically you dump every type of hard liquor you have into a glass and add some pop and some lemon and.
Okay, well that'll be another one. All right, so we're gonna do foofy drinks next time. So if there's one that you want in particular, he's already named a couple. Let us know, and we'll make that happen. Right?
Yeah. Thanks for joining us, you guys.
Yeah. And we'll just post this up, and we'll post behind the scenes as well, so you can have a good little giggle at him. All right.
At
All right.
me.
See you later.
With me.
With you. Bye.